10-time Dodger All-Star predicted to sign a 1-year, $12 million contract with the Dodgers. We'll get to that story. Angels want a little payback for us getting Ohtani. And how they're going to get even with us? Well, I got that story too coming up. And what would Freddie Freeman be doing if he wasn't playing professional baseball? We'll get to that story. And also Freddie Freeman, his response to Shohei's dog decoy. And finally, Teoscar changes his Instagram photo. What? All this, Dodgers Digest. Brad J with you. Let's get started with the show because there's a lot to unpack and get into right now. 10-time. Let's go with the headline on this one. Dodgers predicted to reunite with 10-time All-Star on a $12 million contract, according to the Sporting News, who just loved. They put out so many predictions. I feel like they have all their predictions on a wall, and they're just throwing darts at them. But this is what they're saying. Dodgers predicted reunite with 10-time All-Star, $12 million contract, 1 year. Survey says, who's the guy? Kershaw. Okay. Zach Reimer of Bleacher Reports predicted recently that Kershaw would return to the Dodgers in 2025. You knew he was coming back for a 1-year deal. Okay, if you didn't think that was happening, what planet are you on, man? Signing a 1-year contract at $12 million. What that does, that enables the Kershaw effect. Brad J., what's the Kershaw effect? The Kershaw effect is where Kershaw signs, Buehler will sign. Okay, they're bros, and they're gonna pitch in the same deal. So I call it the Kershaw effect. This is good news if this does happen. I feel like, yeah, Buehler's gonna sign a contract too as well, and at least we're gonna get him for the next couple years as well. So there you go, Kershaw set to be a Dodger all the way through. And come on, didn't you? It's not even a story. It's like, from the beginning, from the end of the season, I'd said, even though Kershaw has filed for the free agency, the dude is going to remain a Dodger. He's already quoted saying he doesn't ever want to wear another jersey but a Dodger jersey. So it's just like, it was only a matter of time. Okay, Angels want a little payback for us getting Ohtani, right? Could they be doing something? Could they be doing something weird to be messing with us? Dodgers playoff hero predicted to leave for Angels on $88 million deal. You see who we're talking about? Flaherty, right there. Here it is, Zach Reimer again. Mr. Rumor, it should be Zach Rumor of the Bleacher Report, predicted that the Halos will ultimately steal Flaherty away from the defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers. Okay? So there you go, right there. Flaherty, will he remain a Dodger? I'm kind of like hit and miss on this thing with Flaherty. I've always thought that Flaherty most likely is not going to be a Dodger. I don't think the allegiance the Dodgers have towards him was like, we're going to do whatever. I don't think he's like a Buehler, like you got to sign him, or a Teoscar, which you got to sign him. I don't think he is that. And even though I feel like he's a better pitcher now than Kershaw is, he's going to command some money. He showed up in the World Series, had a couple bright spots, had a couple crappy spots as well, but he did quite well. So he's going to command a paycheck. And I feel like Flaherty is going to chase the money. Wherever it goes, he's going to go. Will the Dodgers work out a deal? A lot of me, I'm on 60, 70% no, he will not be a Dodger next year. That's just me. So the Angels want a little payback, all right, for us getting Ohtani. Okay. It is the question of the day. Freddie Freeman. Let's talk about him for a second. What would Freddie be doing, right, if he was not a Dodger? If he was not playing Major League Baseball? Well, it is time for Dodgers Digest Quote of the Day. Here it is. Quote of the day. Dodgers Digest Quote of the Day. Freddie Freeman. Well, what would he be doing? Here it is. I wanted to be a CPA. What the heck? I know it sounds crazy, definitely, but I was going to be doing your taxes. My dad and uncle ran a CPA business together, so it was in the blood. Freddie Freeman right there. Quote of the day. Would you go to Freddie to have your taxes done? I feel like the dude knows his math. He sure does. So if he was a CPA, I would go for sure and have Freddie do my taxes. All right. The stories keep coming. All right. So speaking of Freddie Freeman, for just a moment, Freddie Freeman just what a hero he was for the Dodgers in the World Series, man. I mean, Game 1, Kirk Gibson-esque. I still think that's a bigger home run than Kirk Gibson's. That's just my opinion on that. People disagree with me. That's fine, but I still think it is. And so, but the whole thing about the Dodgers is, look, remember how Shohei's pet Decoy just got all the news? It was all of, oh, and Shohei's decoys on the, is at the parade, the Dodger parade, the winning parade. Decoys at the stadium. Decoys throwing in first pitches. Decoys doing everything. It's decoy, decoy, decoy. And that's, Ohtani's dog. That dog's becoming super famous. I don't ever remember an owner of a dog played for the Dodgers getting that famous. So Freddie Freeman wants to get into the mix right now. So he got a pet of his own. Look out, Decoy. There's a new Dodger pet in town, and this time his name is no secret. Freddie Freeman and his fam keep the good times rolling by adopting a kitten. Hey, that's awesome, first of all. Way to go on that, adopting him. 3 days after the Dodgers capture the 2024 World Series title, fittingly, the feline is named Champ. So there you go. Freddie Freeman had to go get something. He's looking at all this decoy love and going, man, you know what? But come on, Freddie. You're not bringing Champ to a game. At least Shohei can bring his dog to the game. You're not going to be able to bring... Champ's going to be all skittish. You take Champ out to the game? Well, maybe Champ can handle it. And the final story I want to cover today, Teoscar changes his main Instagram photo. You know, the little photo? That's your main photo that's always there. He changed it. And he changed it. It wasn't him in a Dodger uniform, but now it's him in an all-star uniform. What the heck? Silence falls over Dodger Digest. Teoscar Hernandez scaring fans, wiping his Instagram of Dodgers content. What? Well, he didn't do that. I mean, you go to his Instagram, it's all Dodgers. But he also has his Blue Jay stuff on there, too, as well. He has his Mariner stuff. Hernandez is still subtly repping the Dodgers in his profile picture, but he's wearing the National League All-Star uniform instead of the usual Dodger blue. So his normal picture had the Dodger blue in it, but now he's wearing the All-Star uniform. So he changed his photo. I know this is not a big news story, but when I read it, I was like, well, are we reading too much into this? But a thank you from the fans recently. And somebody, actually, a viewer, pointed that out to me, saying, he was basically, in the quote of the day that I played, the Dodger Digest quote of the day the other day with him, he was saying basically almost like it was a goodbye to the Dodgers. And someone pointed that out to me, and I was like, whoa. It did kind of sound like a goodbye, but here's the deal. They'll be storming the stadium if that dude is not a Dodger. I'll tell you that right now. So I still stand by it. Even though Teoscar changes his main Instagram photo to an all-star uniform instead of the Dodgers, all of his Dodgers content is there. All of his Mariners, his Blue Jays, all that stuff's there. So I'm not going to read too much into this. I think we're good. I'm going to step away from the ledge right now. And I still predict Teoscar will sign a deal, a 3-year deal with the Dodgers. The cost of that, we'll figure that out as it comes down to it. All right, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on those notifications. Dodgers Digest, the fastest growing YouTube page for the Dodgers in the history of YouTube. There you go. Brad J., thanks for tuning in. Remember, always think blue.